And we're back with War of the Crows, episode 13. An apt number for this Hallows Eve.
Ooh.
And we're definitely going to be doing some spooky XP counting.
Terrifying numbers.
Yes.
Ooh.
Will it be the terrifying 1 XP? We will be dealing with the Entanglement, though, Unquiet Dead, which will be quite spooky.
Yes, that's true.
Especially for Lorenzo. And then we'll be moving into Downtime. You are at war, so it'll just be 1 Downtime. And then we'll be doing some Freetime, and I haven't planned anything because you're probably going to want to decide how you're going to finish off the Red Sashes. Once and for all.
I think a low-key smuggling operation.
It's a classic smuggle.
We'll just move some stuff from A to B for somebody, and then the Red Sashes will crumble.
Yeah. Bet them all of their money you can't do it.
Inspector Campbell will just turn up and be like, alright, motherfucker, showdown.
They'll all their packed lunches from out of their house, and they'll just all go home with.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you believe some kid had the nerve to come to the door for candy and said, "Your costume's not scary"?
For candy.
And I was like, I don't think all costumes have to be scary on Halloween. You just have to have fun, right?
I think it's more of an American tradition, way of doing it.
Well, you have to be terrified.
Fancy dressed. I mean, I think more like.
Yeah.
I've noticed UK people, European people, it has to be scary.
Okay.
It'll be scary when you get your nunchucks out.
There was there was a little tiny kid, waist high, but just in the dark, just had glowing red eyes. That was the whole costume, just black hood, glowing red eyes. I was a little scared of him. I'm not gonna lie. It's rough on the streets of Bexley tonight, guys. Everyone stay indoors.
Well, like Jawa.
A little bit, but actually scary.
I hear just a lot of screaming out on the street, and it's quite terrifying. I wouldn't want to go outside.
No. Agreed. Right.
Right. Well, let's do some XP. Lorenzo, you've done yours already, so let's enter the checking homework phase.
Oh no.
But I think we've off camera we've agreed. You're right, but just for prosperity.
Yeah, but
I made notes last time, so I expressed my background via attempting to command the sailor using documents in my background to try and do so.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one playbook, and then I've got another where I assisted Silas in that assault. So I addressed the challenge with violence.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 2 playbook XP. Getting me that advancement. And then I think I got 1 XP in each action thing, right? So for desperate actions.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so 1 resolve, 1 prowess, and 1 insight.
Nice.
That's a lot of XP. I didn't know any.
Steady.
I didn't know any.
Boy.
See, this is what happens when Lorenzo was doing stuff, taking risks, not hiding in the cargo hold.
Yeah, didn't it?
I'm gonna take Ghost Hunter special ability. So my hunting pet is imbued with spirit energy.
Oh, so you're gonna... Oh wow! So your pet. So it's a dog, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a bloodhound, and now he's imbued with spirit energy, and that will give me mind link, so I can telepathically communicate with the dog and tell him what to do through my mind.
Sick.
As someone who once commanded a gorilla, it's a fun thing to have. You can
See what he sees as well.
Yeah. Wasn't there a point where Milo took over my gorilla? What happened there? I feel like I remember a moment where Spinach got.
There was, there
Spinach.
was. I can't quite remember it now.
Spinach the ape, yeah, Spinach the ape.
Spinach the ape.
There was a point.
I'm really trying to remember what that was. I do remember that happening.
Yeah, I remember. I think because you might have talked to animals, and for a little while, I think you commanded him for a mission. I think I was knocked out.
I think so, yeah.
It was good times. Good times. Oh, that's a good run bit, Loza. That's some good XP.
Yeah, boy.
So you can use him to be a bit scouty then, do you reckon? Is he actually ghostly or is he just...
Yeah. So in my mind fiction, in my mind fluff, like when he was going to do something violent, like a spirit Alsatian would appear in his place, kind of thing. Go all vicious. But then normally he just appears like a really chill bloodhound.
Chill bloodhound.
Just a chill bloodhound.
In my headcanon, it's essentially like the Assassin's Creed eagle now.
Yeah.
So you can just tag enemies with it.
Nice.
And then next I can upgrade it with Arrow Swift. It will be able to move as swift as an arrow.
Ah.
That's very swift.
Like a little bloodhound climbing buildings and whatnot. Jeez.
And this was part of your respec, wasn't it? When you changed, so you changed class, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Right.
Hunter. All right, who wants to go next?
Go on, Saffron.
I might have to untangle it because I do sometimes do it as I go along, and now I've kind of forgotten what I did. I think I marked everything up because it wasn't too much. There was no desperate action. I struggled with my trauma during the start of the when we got attacked by the assassins, and Silas went on another murder spree, literally slitting a guy's throat inches from Saffron's head. So I did that. I addressed the challenge of. We didn't use mayhem to wreck the stairs or set off that little trap at the top of the stairs, and then technical skill to help defuse the bomb at the end of the whole shebang. So, people are still knocking.
It's Gus.
Bree, Sally, hold it down. Silly dogs. But yeah, I think that was it, really. Yep. That was it. I had 3 pips in there. I think I only put 2 actually. I didn't because I've not added the last one. So yeah, I'm 2 pips away from the new last one. But yeah, that's what I did.
Okay, I'll just take your word for it then, because you need to mute yourself because of the baby.
Yeah, exactly. Well, did you need me to expound any further?
I think that was all fine. I think being near Silas when Silas is something aggressive, I feel like you need to do something in game. This needs to be some sort of in game consequence.
Yeah, I felt he fell to the floor. It was out. Well, I mean, admittedly the combat happened, but I RP'd it. Remember, he fell out of his wheelchair and was crumbled on the floor in terror for a good while. It just happened right at the end of the session.
I remember you trying to boost your wheelchair out the window.
But that didn't happen.
I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you this time, but keep an eye on it. Make sure that you're actually
I'm not abusing it. Trust
playing
me,
out your flaws.
That was like he wasn't as bothered. He wasn't bothered when they ran up the stairs and shot the troops. It's really just that kind of very close proximity to it that is very for him. So that is why that was particularly, and it was kind of very sudden as well, and very. Right. So but I did RP it. I'm not playing shenanigans over here.
You're not weaseling.
No, I'm not weaseling.
All right, let's do Silas.
Mine should be pretty easy. Had 1 desperate skirmish. So 1 little pip for prowess. And then I solved the dockers with coercion. And then two fights with violence.
Yep.
In the ship. So I think that's pretty straightforward.
Yep.
The bit that's more interesting, which we could sort of resolve now, is that I did, however, hit maximum stress.
Oh.
So I am due a trauma.
Loz, did you trauma as well, Loz?
Yeah, I did. I got haunted.
Oh yes, of course. Yeah, that was the haunted by the ghost of Bear, right?
Yes.
Which we'll come to in the Entanglement.
Okay.
I've been mulling over the traumas and maybe look for some. We did talk about it a little bit the other week, but mulling over the options. I think the 2 that make sense. Well, actually, ones that really make sense are being reckless, unstable, or vicious. But I just think it's too. He commits a terrible act of violence unprovoked. It's just I don't think that's going to be great for the party, even though it's like very direct. So there's obsessed and paranoid. I think would be quite interesting. Paranoid I'm very interested in, but I'm just thinking about bringing it into the game. And like, is that going to be quite tricky? Is he going to really struggle every time there's some sort of interaction with anyone or anything? No, they're out to get us. Okay, he attacks them. That sounds like a bit of a pain.
Specifically, like the assassins popping out. Is that what you think is triggering the?
Yeah, that's where the paranoia sort of comes from. Like, backstabbing, lack of trust, can't trust anyone, sort of. But it's just the way that would come through in his character could be quite tricky.
My idea, I think, before was having that obsession with the law, or like justice, I guess.
Yeah, which I think works better. Obsession with his form of justice, which still needs further refinement. I forgot that you added all those comments to my sheet, which I'm in now, so I'm going to go through them later tomorrow and have a respond and a think, and probably another chat with you. So we'll go with obsessed.
Cool.
So that's Silas.
Cool. I think, can you click on obsessed? Does it highlight it? Yes. Okay, cool.
You can.
And your stress goes down to 0. You see.
Feels good clearing that stress, though, eh?
Oh, so good.
First time's free, kind of.
Oh, I didn't take mine.
All right, now let's go through the Damned Emporium.
Oh, yes.
So, did you execute a successful smuggling, or acquire new talents or contraband sources?
Weird phrasing, isn't it, when you put it all like that?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like gaining a whole steamship
I think so.
would benefit your smuggling. If I was being generous.
Contraband source is weird. Like, I mean, contraband's anything you can.
It's illegal, right? Yeah.
Yeah, legally, but there's a source. It's a weird source for a boat. It's got to be right. I mean, the mission was a smuggling mission, or is it because we were supposed to be smuggling the? It's weird, right? It was a smuggling mission we completed, but
Mikey, he already said yes.
Yeah, I know. I like. Right, we'll take it. Pip.
I know. I already given you a pip.
No, take away Pip.
Okay, yeah. You do pips then. Contend with challenges above your current station. Foghounds were tier 1, and you're tier 1. Or you were at the time. So, nothing there.
Yeah.
Bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one. I'd say that you did by eliminating a rival faction. I'd say that's pretty baller move.
Got them working for us now as well, right?
Well, one of them, yeah.
We've assimilated the fog.
I was thinking we try and bolster their ranks so our puppet's stronger as well.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Express the goals, drive inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew, which is something that I put on the agenda for us to discuss in the free time today. It's a shame Alex isn't here for that, but
still struggling this one.
Yeah. What do we say? The goals. I mean, I'm tempted to give you 1 pip because your goal has been to defeat the Red Sashes, and you definitely, although you didn't really express them.
Yeah, weird.
No, we didn't really.
That's not really the right express. You can't express it. It's weird. It's almost implied like you can complete your goal, no experience. But if you just say, "I want to complete a goal," experience, which is a very strange thing to do. It's a weird phrase, but I think it is more than that.
As a storyteller GM, I would prefer you to role play out expressing your goals rather than being like, "I did it because I rolled a dice."
Sure.
Makes sense.
But we can work on that today.
Nice.
Cool. That's XP. I think we've done rep and coin and all that sort of stuff. We can move on to the entanglement, and the entanglement is unquiet dead. So I've written a little ditty
ditty us up.
So the following days after the score, you all spend some time on the Foghound, making it ready for work again. Removing the dead before the spirit wardens arrive, cleaning it up, perhaps assisting in interviewing for a new crew for Captain Vale. However, every time you pass that spot where Bear's body had crumpled to the floor, you feel a coldness creep down your spine as the electroplasmic lanterns flicker and fade. You feel a presence, like someone is there with you on the deck of the boat. Lorenzo, you swear at one point you see a hulking figure hugging their knees with their back to you, a fleshy exit wound on the back of their bald head. Other times you hear a voice repeating, "Can't do it. Can't do it." And on the third day, you feel something grip you with ice-like hands. And as you freeze to the spot, you hear the voice again saying to you, "I will have your form. I will have it." And so I've started...
I think we sink the boat. That's my. It's too much.
I've started a clock called Bear Possesses Lorenzo.
Well, shit.
I'm going to roll to see how many segments I get.
Well, that's fucked up, man.
It's 2.
Oh dear.
Oops.
What?
Welly, welly, well.
Oof.
So, luckily for a whisper, getting rid of ghosts is easy, but time-consuming. And also, so you know what happens when a rogue spirit possesses a body. It will be inside of Lorenzo, and it will be battling Lorenzo for control, and Lorenzo can give it control if he wants. Otherwise, Bear will essentially slowly corrupt Lorenzo and take over his physical form, and that's how vampires are made.
Ooh. And
God
how?
damn.
And
So-
how can he refill the clock? Can he? How do you stop the clock?
You stop the clock by hiring a whisper to get rid of the ghost.
If that happened though, would I just be playing as Bear though?
Yep.
That could be quite fun though. To be fair.
Yeah, it's like if Lorenzo wants to be a Cockney vampire, then a Jason Statham vampire.
And who would
That
that?
option
Sounds
is.
so bad.
Sounds pretty good.
Was we? Do we know any whispers yet?
We did.
Well, they could be an NPC, surely.
I think. Well, we'll have to see what Daryl thinks, but yes.
I'm a fan. That should be
Yeah.
easy. Done in a second. Your classic exorcism. It's gonna be fine, mate.
I mean, I still want him to complete this bloody ritual.
Oh yeah.
Bloody ritual, mate.
Bloody ritual, mate.
I wanted to use it to just sink the Red Sashes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, that was that's pretty cool. Pretty surprising. It
Yeah.
seems should be fairly easy to resolve. He says optimistically, but still chilling.
Yeah.
Very.
And that sort of ties into Lorenzo's haunted trauma as well.
Love it.
For whatever
Very
reason.
spooky.
Yeah. So now we're going to move on to downtime.
Okay. Right. It's been a while since we've done downtime. Let's talk about healing. I've still got 1 harm. I don't feel like I'm going to be able to tell, but I need 3 ticks on the clock to get rid of.
With one downtime as well, it's going to be difficult for us to get and use the doctor and do anything else useful as well.
Lorenzo knows a doctor now. He's recalled
Yeah.
one from his past.
Oh, cool. Well, we've already got the one who we've used a couple of times. We've got I can't remember his name.
Morriston.
He's technically +1, is he? Still?
Yeah.
Cool. Why damn? I don't. This can't be right. I've got on my sheet. I've got myself having 2 coin. That can't be right. I'm sure I spent everything that didn't come from somewhere else. I feel like we got 3 coin that went in the stash, didn't it? For the main. I don't think I should have 2 coin, but I'm pretty good at keeping updated though. How much coins everyone else got?
2.
Yeah, I've got 2.
When did we get those?
I don't know. Trust the process, man.
That's what the sheet's for.
Yeah.
I know. Did I end up spending a coin on my? Which I think I got it without. I think I must have spent 1 coin.
I think you got away with help. I
That's
think
true.
I seem to remember that.
Oh, I rolled the. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I did the roll. Okay, I'll take it because I would like to keep on adding to my grand device, but again, remind me what else we can do in downtime: healing,
So you can
sorting.
acquire an asset, long-term project, recover, reduce heat, train, indulge vice. Does anybody need to indulge vice?
I have to rest. I probably could do.
Not the trauma barge.
Does
Trauma
indulging
team.
is indulging vice how you reduce stress?
Yes.
I might have to do that. I think I've probably more stress than health, so it's not my. I might
If you
do.
roll. Sorry.
No, you said, Lawrie, if you roll.
Oh yeah, if you are like 5 stress and you roll 6 and you roll a 6, then you're gonna overindulge there, right?
Yep.
So you want to be careful with how you indulge your vice.
Explain that again. Sorry.
So that
I've-
overindulging.
I have 4.
Yeah, if you indulge too much, then that's called overindulge and bad things happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Not necessarily terrible things,
You
just
do
No.
too much opium.
I mean, that's kind of what that one does. I don't think he's going to complain too much about. Oh no, I've had too much smack.
Yeah.
but also there are quite bad things as well. there's a mixture, right?
Yeah,
Well,
so it's attract trouble. So select a roll and an additional entanglement, +2 heat. Your character goes on a bender and you can't let they go away for a session. Or tapped, your current purveyor cuts you off, find a new source.
So how? Sorry. So what? But that is that likely to happen? What do I? So I got 4 stress. What would I be rolling to?
If you're on a 5 or a 6, you will overindulge. So you're on a 33% chance of overindulging.
Anyway, I don't know why I'm suddenly asking anyway to roll low. And to make sure you roll lower.
At 4 stress, you don't really need to deal with it yet.
Yeah, you can accrue stress pretty quick though. I mean, I do have that 1 trauma already, so.
I mean,
True.
you pick your lowest attribute.
Okay. Okay.
So what's your lowest? Is it resolve? So it'd be 1 dice. So it'd still be a 33% chance.
Wouldn't it be the disadvantage though? Pick the lowest one.
You've got 1 dice in resolve, so it would just be 1 dice, not 0 dice.
Sorry, you pick your lowest overall thing, and you have 1. Right, I see. Okay, cool. So still use that 1 pip in sway. Okay. Yeah, it does seem a bit risky. That's crazy. Okay. Well, I'll keep thinking. If anyone else wants to jump in.
Don't forget, if you don't indulge your vice and you have a trauma, you get 1 stress per trauma.
All right. Well, it sounds like I'm indulging my vice then.
I'm just saying because everyone's got a trauma here, so
Yes.
I'll just mark a trauma now. A trauma? Not a trauma. No, I don't want another trauma.
Another one.
another.
There's a little button that says indulge vice. If I click it, what happens? Do anything? Has it done anything? Did it do something?
Roll to indulge.
Roll to indulge. Did it? I kind of lost the damn. Where are you? Where are you, bloody thing? There you are. Yes, input value. That's weird. Roll to indulge. I'm rolling to indulge. Is it going to automatically use my lowest thing? Do you think?
I don't know. You
I'm
might have to
gonna roll.
click.
I've rolled it. That's more of practice. Unless it's a good score, but here's the real thing.
Well, it's a 5.
Yes, it's all in practice. So it does. Yeah, it does. What does it do? So yeah, it knows. That's really clever. So it has 4. So Who currently has 4 strengths. Dice 5. What did it do then? It did 1 dice. Clear another stress. Clear more stress. Oh, I see. So you want to do it. So you do want to do it when you have more stress, because it's if you go over your. I see. So you want to do it when you have 6 stress, really.
Yeah.
6 stress. When you have 6 stress, you're done, aren't you?
No, there's more than 6 on the tracker, I think.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, right. So yes, I definitely want to wait until I'm over, because I see what you're saying now, right? So yeah, it's if you do it low, then you have a chance. Whereas if you do it at 6, there's no chance of going over.
Yeah. So that roll,
Cool.
your test roll would have meant you overindulged.
Nice, cool. Okay, now I understand. That's really cool though. You can just press the button.
The sheets are very good.
Yeah.
Yes, that's why I'm always fascinated when I see the button. I keep seeing it every week. I think I've seen the little thing that I didn't realise was there. Cool. Okay, that's good to know. Yeah,
Definitely would have been brag after the last score.
What's that, sorry?
Oh yeah.
Definitely would have been your overindulge. Definitely would have been brag. Brag about your exploits plus 2 heat. Oh, look at this lovely new boat. Party on my boat.
Well, yes. Yeah, it's a drug-fueled boat party. That was definitely quite like it. Cool. I'm going to look into...
Sailing past the Red Sash Sword Academy. Whoa.
I'm going to look into tinkering again, see if I can add something to my
Right.
little trial.
Any downtimes? Any more for any more?
If Lorenzo knows a doctor, do we still need to acquire it, or can we just use it?
Just use it.
Boring for me then. I'll just be trying to heal.
Okay.
I think I'll join you on that.
I've forgotten what we need to roll for heals.
So it'll be the tier of the doctor. You're back down to tier 0 now, so it's going to be.
Fuck. Ah. You know what? Maybe I can deal with the stabbing for now. Okay, after you, Lorenzo. If you still want to, based on that aggravating information. Whoosh.
Well, I might do my long-term project there.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Oh nah, fuck it. Do I just train? I think I just train. Actually,
Nice.
train in my resolve.
Okay. So.
Yes.
How many do you get for training? Is it 1 or 2?
1, I think.
1, yeah. You can do attribute or playbook as well.
Yeah. I'm 3 on my prowess. I'm 3 on my resolve, so I might just,
Yeah.
get them sorted
Yeah, nice.
as soon as possible. Get that little extra pip.
Pippage.
So I think I'll put 1 in resolve.
Nice. So how are you training your resolve?
I guess I'm consorting.
Oh.
I'm down the local boozer.
Yeah.
Trip down memory lane. Just have a little chinwag with all the local patrons.
Maybe you're helping Captain Vale recruit some new sailors for the Foghound.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, because that would have been my shtick back in the day.
Yeah, you're using your
Port
exactly.
Master.
Yeah. Getting them to take the king's shilling.
Putting together a fit roster.
Isn't that what they used to do? Like the British Navy, they used to go to the taverns and then people would like wake up with a hangover and be like, "Fuck, I joined the Navy, didn't I?"
Yeah. Oh, Britain.
Oh, we got them.
It's one of those things that when you're at school learning history, you're like, haha, that's amazing. And then if you think about it as an adult, you're like, oh god.
Yeah. I mean, that is why everyone has student debt now. I feel like it's the same thing. It's the new version.
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Right then, Silas is what he's going to do, because he's had the urchins out. He's had, like, in previous elements of his hunting Campbell. He's got some information now, but it's like frequents this place, goes here, then it's all sort of stuff. So I think what he's going to do is he's actually going to try and put some of his former policing work to use, and he's gathering all the information, and he's going to start a a mood board, or some sort of right. What are we going to do with all of this? How can we use this? What kind of opportunity can we find? So he's going to study. He's going to study all the information. Everything he has apart from skirmish is 1 pip, so it's easy breezy. So he's looking for he's looking for opportunities to get to Campbell when he's vulnerable. Maybe when he's dropping his kids off or getting his sword sharpened. I don't know what inspectors of the Red Sashes do. I'll study it. Position.
This is your long-term project, right?
It is.
All right. Definitely just controlled standard.
I should hope so.
Yeah. Oh.
Good solid 4.
So you do complete the clock.
Ooh.
The Campbell clock.
Ooh.
So I think what happens is you follow him. You probably followed him now for like a whole week, like cycle. So you kind of have been able to note down his whole weekly routine. And, he always goes around with blue coats or maybe another inspector, or actually more likely probably like Red Sashes and Red Sash officers. And he heads to the Irivian embassy to meet Ambassador Bazran. All sort of places where it's not really that vulnerable. And then on the first Friday, I don't know, what do we call Friday? The first smoke day of.
Cannot be on Dustfall's equivalent of Halloween, so we don't.
That's true. Maybe it is actually to be fair, there are ghosts all over the place.
Every day is Halloween.
They've got one day where they don't have any ghosts.
That's the special day.
Yeah. They just turn all the lights on. Yay. And on this day, you're following him, you're tracking him, and he makes his way over to Silkshore.
Yes.
And which is kind of like red light district, vice purveyor central. And he heads into this rather nondescript building, and you find a vantage point on the street, and you can see through this window, and you can see him walk into a room, and there is a woman in the room, and as you get closer, so you can hear their conversation, you can hear the inspector, you can hear him talking normally, and then you hear sort of like him drop to the floor, and then you can hear him suddenly start to talk to this woman, and he's saying, "Oh, Esme, it's been a long time. How lovely to look upon you again." And the woman's saying, "Oh, Harold, it really is you." And as an ex-bluecoat, you know that in some corners of Duskfall, there are people who are paid to inhabit spirits so that people may talk to them and interact with them. And you know, in even darker corners of Duskfall, there are people who not only do this for money, but also for the thrill of living another life.
Ooh.
And it seems that Inspector Campbell is one of these who let ghosts inhabit his body, which is a pretty big taboo for someone who's like in this infrastructure, in this yeah.
I smell a blackmail.
Ooh. Oh, that's exciting.
I've been holding on to that for ages.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay.
Spicy.
Everyone
So
remembers
he's a
that.
little pervert, is he?
can't remember that plotline in Buffy where Riley lets
It's a pervert.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I think maybe you stick around and they do stuff, and then you sort of hear Campbell come back, and he's like, "How long was I out for?" And then you hear the woman has gone, and you see a man giving him some coin, and he's checking her watch and saying, "Just 2 hours, Inspector. Same time next month." And he's like, "Yes. Yes, now get out of my way."
Ooh. Olly, that's saucy.
Did you think that up?
Okay.
Is that what he pre decided a while ago? Was it?
Pardon?
Was that plotline pre decided a while ago, or did you like anticipate that happening this session, or thinking up just?
I mean, when you start a long-term project, I normally decide what happens when you finish it.
That does make sense, I suppose. It's very cool.
Yeah. Obviously,
Okay, so-
chat focusing on the fact that Silas is peeping Tom. He's a peeping Tom.
He's there for a strategic reconnaissance
I mean,
effort.
if you perv on the pervert, who's the pervert? I don't even know anymore. Silas certainly doesn't.
It's pervert inception.
I wonder what Silas would feel about this. And I don't really know because is this like a really, really taboo thing in general? Or like, you know, the sort of thing that people in the inspectors shouldn't be doing, but like if you were, you know, is it the sort of thing you wouldn't talk to your mates about? Or you might kick someone out of the group if you found out they were spirit shaggers.
Yeah, it's kind of like being outed as like a dogger or something. Like there's a group of people who do it, and definitely not something you would want public knowledge.
Interesting. In this case, I think Silas would be disgusted, because he's broadly kind of a structures guy, and I don't think it's definitely not something that he would personally like. So yeah, so he's definitely harboring like. I guess it's a different sort of negative feeling towards your target now, right? Not like just a foe, but also now like someone you kind of
A moral disgust.
A moral disgust for the man who has strange morals.
Yeah.
So it's like a very excellent excuse to commit violence for justice. Fascinating.
Yeah.
So there'll be an opportunity in the future to return to this, and perhaps.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
it's. I guess it's not like. I think the disgust comes from maybe like the religiosity of people more so than. I don't think it's people being like, sex negative. I think it's more like.
Yeah.
It's more like the
culty.
people. Yeah, it's like people live in the city and ghosts are forever this thing that they're trying to keep out.
Yeah.
And people were like, oh, people get killed by spirits and errant ghosts all the time. So, why would you want to be helping them? I guess.
Interesting, and it's obviously just extremely out of character for someone as we know them. Maybe there's opportunities to come and try and kill the bastard, but maybe there's other stuff we could do with said information. I wonder.
Blackmail. I mean, yeah, it's very, very good. I mean, it's custom. I mean, if it's taboo, I mean, Saffron wouldn't care. But he would.
You can't just get a PI with a camera on the roof and do it that way in Dustville, can you?
That's a good point. How do you prove it? I mean,
Get chartist.
I mean, we just heard him say this same time next month, so we know when he's next going to be there. We just need to.
I don't think we'd be able to collude people who matter to be like, haha, and look at him.
We got a Monkshood. We must know.
Behold the pervert.
Yeah. Or of course, the people who we might be able to, for some reason, convince to go there might be like, well, yes, this. I don't like this, but he's a staunch ally, so I'm just going to pretend I've not seen it. I imagine that's how his like inspectors, or maybe not some of the inspectors, or certainly the Sashes would probably look at it that way, right?
Yeah.
So we need to find, like, an actually good person. Because he's already probably, if he got fired by the establishment, he would just go to the Red Sashes, wouldn't he? Yeah, but they're a good breed.
Maybe we'll just kill him.
Sure, we know. Well, we know when he's next to be passed out and vulnerable. To be fair, I mean that is very simple. But I mean, the Red Sashes are of Aruvian descent. They surely wouldn't want to consort with a ghost ruler. But then how are we gonna get them?
Ghost rider.
Yeah, you send a letter to someone you're at war with saying, "Hey, someone you work with is bad for this reason." They're going to be like,
You all just missed
on the
Ollie.
bin. They say anything.
You just missed Ollie's best joke ever. So,
Oh, what?
so you missed it. No, don't. It's done now. It's just for us. You have to watch the stream back again and see if you can hear it. It was
I will atone.
very impressed. Cool. Well, good to know. But yeah, worst case scenario. Yep, we're just here in a month that we just kill him while he's passed out. Best case, yeah, we find someone who would be appalled by it, and somehow.
Yeah, I mean, we can do. I mean, so I know that like the Severosi, the sort of the ghost hunters, they completely don't tolerate any kind of I don't know, like they only tolerate destruction of spirits and ghosts, right? I don't know about the Iruvians. I know they're a more not progressive, but I know that they're a more developed civilization.
No king shaming.
But maybe Saffron as an Iruvian, you can decide how they think about this.
I would just assume, being of a high hoity-toity kind of way. That's why I think a hoi polloi is being a good thing. It's because of hoity-toity.
Yeah.
Hoity-toity and hoi polloi. Strange. Anyway. Yeah. No, I mean that's. But yeah, it doesn't seem like the kind of thing they'd be like, yeah, that's great. Like, but would they care if he was doing their job and getting the money and sorting everything out? Like, does it really matter? Actually, yeah.
It might be like it's a small price to pay.
Yes. Yeah, I think that's actually
Whatever happens at his own time,
Yeah. Exactly.
But I think Silas, as a blue coat, like I think like it's one of those things where if you were to, the blue coats would never like crack down on people who do this, because there will be people higher up who do it, who will have protection of, the blue coats will be like, yeah. Which
they've probably just got bigger things to do, right? Than
exactly
deal with people indulging in a vice.
Exactly, yeah. It's the same with all the vices, really.
Okie dokie. Interesting. Are there any organizations of the Severosi, like, can we dob him in? And be like, hey, this guy, you should kill him, we'll tell you where and when. I wonder. It's kind of food for thought, I think, because we can't act on it probably immediately, but
if they're a bit like the who are those fucking religious guys?
I'm just looking at the factions now, and nothing's jumping out.
Yeah, I think the silver nails might be. I think.
Oh yes.
But then I think like the Church of Ecstasy as well, maybe. But
because what I'm thinking is if we could work with another group to either kill or disgrace or otherwise disable him, then we might not incur the wrath of the inspectors themselves, who might come hunting for us should we kill him, or depending on how we might deal with it, maybe we could make it look like misadventure. But like, I wonder if there's a smarter play there than just being like, "Right, mate, thud."
I mean, I'll be honest with you. This place is so discreet on purpose. If you bursted in and stabbed him or shot him in the head, the heat would be near minimal. Especially if you were like, covering your face, for example, like,
You're in a hat.
A hat, yes.
All right, okay. Well, maybe we can consider a direct route in a month's time.
Yeah, it sounds fun to
Hopefully we've destroyed the Red Sashes by then anyway, but he's still not going to like us.
Yeah, I'm trying to have a look.
Or maybe we could work with one of these groups to get some sort of assistance anyway, even if we're not just like trying to job it out to them.
Yeah, the Church of the Ecstasy of the Flesh. They honour the life of the body and abhor the corrupted spirit world. And they sound pretty, like they'd be out for their pitchforks and torches.
Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, so spicy.
Well, that's a good downtime, I think. So I'm thinking of what to add to my wheelchair. In a non, and I'm trying to be really good and think what's actually practical and realistic. Because what I really want is like surprise blow darts, like fire at people. But practically, it's very unlikely they're going to be lined up exactly right for blow darts to go out. Or they can be like mini manageable turrets. So I'm trying to think of something weaponized. We did mention just having like some offensive capability. Yeah, that's what I'll do. So I think I'd either reinforce it so it could almost count as an element of protection, like give it some kind of almost cage, or we talk about just chariot as having something on the wheels, so at least you could actually do some impact if driving in or by something. That's probably the simpler things to do, I would say. One of those two.
Yeah, I mean, I always forget how crafting works, so you'll have to.
So yeah, I'm looking at the examples here. So in terms of, we've got when it comes to modifying an item, adding a feature or additional function, it's simpler than creating something new. You don't need to invent a special formula. You just make a crafting roll to modify it. And you've got simple modifications. It mentions like making a rifle that breaks down to 2 sections, which is +1 quality. You've got a significant modification, which is +2 quality, strengthening the barrel and powder load of gun to fire further, and then you've got your classic +3, which is more arcane spark crafty, which gets to +3. So I feel like it might be a tier 2 quality, either kind of strengthening the kind of reinforced that it would actually act as some kind of protection from, I wouldn't say it's obviously 100% protection, but some reinforced layer of armor from attacks, or adding the ability to do some kind of damage if I was able to either a front-facing spike or just more on wheels before chariot stuff.
Chariot style.
Yeah, I think chariot styles. It's harder. I think you still aim and swerve and still clip them. I think that's still good. So
you could always. You've got the boost button on one side, right? You could always, the other side, you could always do like a little nail launcher.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about ejecting something. But the problem with that is I just feel practically in the world like hard to aim. If again we were well, we could like control it like a stick and just Bond style tilt things. Having something that at least pops out on the side, blades that pop out the side of the wheels that are there and they can be used to cut people at the legs. And that's quite fun. Yeah,
sure.
Yeah.
If you make it, I'll come up with rules for it.
Yeah, I don't know how. Yeah, you'd have to tell me how it works in terms of doing damage. Obviously, it's a very strange thing. Right. Yeah, let's go offensive. Why not?
I think it will have to be work in conjunction with the boost, right? Like to get up enough speed for it to be.
I can't just roll past people naturally and do that. Nudge up against them. No, it's got to be boost and hit for sure. Cool. So I want to get a +2. So I either need to roll a critical, or my quality level is equal to tier.
You are tier 0 at the moment, so okay. I don't know if you want to wait until after the war to do your crafting.
I think I've got a coin, so that's getting to 2. Getting to 2 shouldn't be too hard. The thing I was trying to remember, I was going to roll 1 dice for each Tinker action dot.
Mm-hmm.
So if I get 2 5s, that's 1 for each. Or is it? He just takes the highest number and then adds it.
He'll take the highest number.
Okay, cool. So
and you get 1 for your workshop, right?
A workshop crew upgrade, which we don't have.
Right. Okay.
That was for something else, making the actual result. The actual crafting is not going to work on that. So I'd have to roll a If I roll a 6, that's not enough. Yeah, that's roll a critical. Yeah, that's been very hard, isn't it? Or just spend 2 coin. I do have 2 coin. I mean, we decided last time. I might make the roll, and then if I fail, I can spend the coin. That's what we decided last time, right?
Yeah.
Miracle, I get it. I can do it, man. Like, you know, for a penny and for a pound. Gotta make this thing possible. Okay, right. I am rolling the Tinker. Here we go. Tinker, Tinker. Tinker Taylor. It's only 2 pips in Tinker. That seems like I should have more.
Tinker Taylor.
Tinker Taylor. That's me. Position doesn't really matter.
We could almost have a Tinker Taylor Soldier Spy
Yes, we could.
if Edgar came back.
Friedrich the Taylor? With his
Has to
fire
be.
run. Yeah.
He must be.
He must be. Right. Spec standard. No
Must
way
be
of
his day
adding,
job.
no way of adding bonus dice. They can't. In this situation, it doesn't mention you can't push yourself or get help or anything. No, you can, right? Honor, no. Profiting, no. Tinker roll, no. Cruise tier, no. Fine. Cool. All right. Come on. 2 6s. Here we go. Oh, it's a 5. It's not bad. Okay, so the 5 that only gives me quality level is equal to tier, which is 0. So I still do I spend the coin? Well, it's not my action now, so I'm not going to waste a whole action not do it. I'm going to spend both my coin. We got loads in the bank. It's fine. Our bank is overflowing with coin. Right. The wheelchair has
Fuck yeah.
collapsible wheel spikes. I want to say they're a decent length. They're not like Discord says. Just say they're a foot wide, foot long.
Yeah.
Side.
A subway foot long.
Subway foot long, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ollie, let us
So just less than a foot then.
Yeah, exactly.
Be soggy on the ends.
And yeah, you just let me know how I would do damage with them. We'll figure that out later. That's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Side.
I mean, chat makes a good point.
Yeah.
Defense would be a lot harder than offense
That's what I think. It's actually
if you're a slow moving vulnerable target. So
yeah, that would be like a fully like encapsulated bubble, like the fucking Grogu's bubble in Mandalorian. Yeah, it's yeah. How can you?
yeah,
I think it's
you're not Baby Yoda yet.
not yet.
You haven't reached that level of cuteness. You are the mascot though.
Oh, right? They're famously adorable.
Yeah. So maybe, like as chat says, maybe some caltrop launchers, maybe as well next.
Oh, that's better. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, that makes more sense. Like just trail and stuff. That's not bad.
Chase me.
Yeah.
You're in full Bond car, to be honest.
Yeah, it's gonna be there. It's gonna be there. Exciting. Cool. Let me make a note. I was I had a couple questions in my notes from the last session, which was So we found that stash of Sparkcraft stuff instead of the hull. We just sold it. There was nothing like learnable from it. No new tech or any kind of like inspiration. It was just raw materials.
Yeah. Just my way of giving you some coin for the score that you didn't choose.
Were we going to rename the boat, or are we just going to keep calling it the Foghound? The Damned Foghound? Are we going to at least kind of put a little paint on the side? Are we going to rebrand, or are we going to keep the existing known?
I quite like the idea that it's a sort of a warning sign to, like retaining some Foghound element to be like, well, this used to be the Foghound.
I mean, is it as simple as just the Damned Foghound? Is that a bit obvious?
It's a good play on words, to be fair.
Yes.
I like it.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, motion passed.
Saying red paint, dripping paint on top of Foghound. It's
not
damned.
Done. It's not done.
Yeah.
Not done neatly. It's done very softly but very dramatically.
Yeah. Nice. Right.
It is very sort of like Halloween cartoon style,
Yeah. Treehouse of Horror.
It's not neatly done. There's no stencils involved. It's just literally fucking Lorenzo with a brush, just damned.
It's definitely Lorenzo that does the painting.
Lorenzo's painting now, is he?
Yeah.
Finger painting.
Painting in blood.
on a little platform hanging off the end of the boat.
Of course.
All the bodies being thrown off the side. All right, cool. Well, we have some free time.
Nice.
So just to kind of summarize where we are, big picture wise, the Red Sashes, 2 pillars of power down, 2 more to go to finish them off. I rolled for the Red Sashes and Lamp Blacks having their gang war over the time, but actually nothing really moved.
Okay.
So the Lamp Blacks are still not being able to push that advantage whilst you were dealing with the Foghounds. But yes, so the pillars of power left are the Armoured Hull, of course, their leader Milo, and the Arugan ambassador Bazran, who funds them.
Bazran.
Where's
Who's he?
He's not bad at that.
So he's the Iruvian ambassador whose party you ruined.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember.
He's the one who basically directs funds.
We don't necessarily have to like kill him, do we? We can just like publicly embarrass him, and then that'll ruin his reputation, kind of thing, which will reduce their power. Or do we have to kind of take him out, kind of like?
Yeah, he's more like their sort of another source of their income, basically.
I see. Could always turn him against them. I think that's more interesting than just outright killing him, right?
Yes.
He's the Iruvian ambassador, right? So he's going to be like pretty tight with them.
Yeah,
There's not much we could offer him.
unless you roll double sixes and it's really juicy.
I think we'd get probably some reduced effects. I imagine that even the critty wouldn't overcome. What I guess we don't know what he gets from them. I assume just status and kickbacks. I suppose. I think that was definitely leaning towards it. I can't remember why. I had in my head not daring, of course. I had in my head as that being one of the slightly easier ones to take on. But then maybe I don't know if I'm imagining that.
He supports the Red Sashes because they're like the Aruvian source of power, I guess, in Duskfall. So it sort of behooves the Aruvians who have plans in Duskfall to have like a powerful group, armed group.
Did we have any more info on that? Did I dream up this concept of being like an easier hit? If I just imagine that. Do you have any info on it?
He's just a guy.
Yeah.
So I mean, as you've seen, in the right moment with enough homework, you could take him out fairly easily. But he also spends a lot of time at the Red Sash HQ as well,
where the party happened.
Mm-hmm.
That's quite a tough place. But we could use our downtime / the mission prep to obviously not attack him there, to find him at least a little more vulnerable.
Yeah, I wonder if there's a way for us to flip him by. Well, there's a few ways we could try and flip him. Obviously, we could intimidate or blackmail him or whatever. But
his leg.
Yeah, we could. Well, I mean, that might be enough to scare him. He's just a guy. And there's a bit of a pitch there that the Red Sashes are on the way out. There's a future ally here. But I don't know quite what our leverage would be.
It's the Aruvian tie that's kind of unbreakable as a problem. It's not like he's with them because if we were offering Saffron could suddenly become the new face of Aruvia, do a real heel turn and become the But wasn't one of our new characters Aruvian? Didn't Lorenzo? Didn't your
Edgar?
Is he Aruvian?
Yeah.
That's kind of Saffron and Edgar, the new Red Sashes. It's not a great sales pitch, is it?
Edgar's just some slide who you met who was rude to you.
And Saffron famously the Aruvian.
Yeah, I think I've written some good odd notes. I mean, there was mention last time of talking to the Lamp Blacks about what you've done.
Yeah, I've got,
to maybe
yeah.
kind of get to a point where work more together with them.
Yeah, I mean, definitely.
That would be practical. We would be potentially allying with them after that or through that, right?
Well, we are already. We're friendly.
But yeah, we need to get to 3 to be.
Oh.
Yeah, I think my thoughts on. So getting to 3 means that they basically will help you even if it doesn't benefit them. I still feel like you're both working towards the same cause, and that's kind of why you're allies rather than helping them directly. So, but I think you may be able to. They're a tier 2 faction, so you can definitely work with them and make a plan.
Are there
That
any?
would make sense.
Are there any downsides to being allied if we were then to eventually betray them? Like, is there some penalty for that if we get allied and then betray them, or it just doesn't?
I don't know if there is in the rules, but I will say,
Yeah.
for anyone who's played Civilization, if you betray your allies, then everyone hates you.
Yeah, sure. Yes, sure. Other allies will not think, but then we don't want to be allied. But we want to be our own individual gang. But yeah, okay. No. Good note.
I mean, even like people won't even like want to work with you because they'll be like, "Well, you're a betrayer. You're not to be trusted. You don't play by the rules of the street."
The rules of the street.
Fucking rules,
I
mate.
think it'd be worth us having a chat with them. Well, the state of affairs, what we've been doing, and how we might help each other in taking on one of our missions. Perhaps they have something they can use for the ambassador.
All right. You set up a meeting with Pickett. You love Pickett, or do you insist on talking to Bazran?
I think Silas would.
Oh yeah. You want to go higher?
Yeah, so I think so. I think fresh off the score as well, feeling a little bit more important. Probably not be wanting to deal with middlemen.
I think that sounds right.
All right. So you arrive at the Lumblack HQ. Pickett comes to talk to you. You're like, take me to your boss, Pickett. I imagine that's what you say.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And he's like,
you've got Silas down to a T.
And he's like, oh, suddenly Mr. Big Shot don't want to deal with Pickett no more. Okay, I think you've earned some time with the boss. I heard what you did to the Foghounds. Pretty gnarly stuff. I'll have to come and check out your new boat one of these days.
Oh yes, I think you'll like it. It's had a rather nice new paint job.
Definitely not haunted.
That's a weird thing to say, especially on this day, not Halloween.
Just like very clear on these things for my guests on the boat. Definitely not haunted.
So you're back in the office of Baszo Baz.
Whoa.
The whole thing started. Pickett says, "Hey Baz, the Damned Emporium are want to talk to you. They I think the Red Sashes hate them more than they hate us at the moment. So maybe you should give them the space to talk." He's like, "All right, I shall listen to what you have to say, Damned Emporium. Out with it."
Well, I suppose you've heard of our recent exploits. The Red Sashes. Perhaps we've not quite got them on the ropes, but they're on their way. Mind blank.
Insert dial-up tones.
Yeah.
He says, "Oh, go on."
Go on. No, after you.
He says, "Yes, we have all heard of your taking over of the Foghound, and must say it's a very impressive move, especially since we hear it was a plot by that wretched inspector to set you up. That is to say, wipe you out alongside the Foghounds. Don't like getting mixed up in the work of inspectors, but I feel like this Campbell's not going to go away until we root out the Red Sashes for good."
They were also trying to get us to come and get you. They told us to deliver a dangerous package, and we decided no, not our friends the Lampblacks, and we used that to betray them. So don't worry if anyone mentions that we were going along with it for a little bit. It was only ever to get closer to them. So you're welcome for that as well.
No one has actually said that to me, but
oh well.
I'm glad that you've mentioned it, just in case.
Just in case. You never know.
It's what I would do. It's what I would do in your situation.
All in the spirit of honesty, isn't it, Baz? So, the Red Sashes. It seems to me that we continue to share some interests in their destruction. We have some leads of our own on how we might take another chunk out of their holdings. And wondered if you might, want to take part.
We have been continuing our war with the Red Sashes across Crow's Foot. We are struggling to root them out of their usual locations despite your efforts so far, but I feel now that the Foghounds, they're going to be running very low on supplies very quickly. However, it appears that their notorious leader is keeping the iron in their bellies, so to speak, as well as the funding from the Eruvian embassy. Saffron, perhaps you could talk to your kinsman.
Ugh, those bastards. I wish I could, but also wish I could run them through with a blade, or poison their fine wines and their tiny little glasses they drink out of. You've not seen how fancy and tiny these glasses are. So pretentious. Poison the lot of them if I could. No, not much I can do, unfortunately. We don't get on very well these days, me and the Eruvians. Something to do with murdering them or not, I don't know. It's very silly. Water under the bridge by my count. But no, we do know of the we've met, had the great displeasure of meeting their funding, their ambassador. We do have eyes on perhaps looking to change his status of being alive to being dead. I don't suppose you have any information on insert name of ambassador here.
Bazran.
Baszo. Yes.
Yes.
Bazran, the ambassador from Eruvia. We feel like that might be a good next target. And we could do with your assistance either in weapons, muscle, information, anything you could supply. We think this will be a great tactic.
And of course, as a bonus, you'd be the only Baz in the picture.
Must be very confusing.
I don't believe the ambassador's first name is Baszo also, but I could be mistaken. I do not know his acquaintance. Well, it sounds to me like you guys need to roll something.
Sounds like Saffron does.
What?
Come on, Saffron.
Why do I talk? I don't have any talk. Can I tinker?
Tinker to talk.
Can I wreck him to do well? Does that work in the narrative? I have a point in the sway. I'll roll a sway.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
Sounded like Silas was assisting you. Don't know if he wants to.
Yes, I forget. Do I add a stress to assist?
Yes.
One stress.
Yes, one stress. Then yes, that was a team effort.
Well, you're stress free at the moment, aren't you, mate? So you're all good.
Back up to 2 already.
Okay. Controlled, risky.
It's controlled standard.
Right. The bonus dice. Come on, here we go.
Oh,
Nice.
very nice. You tinkered him so good.
Nope.
So he leans back in his chair with his fingers crossed across his belly, and he looks to Pickett. Pickett shrugs, and then goes, and he turns to you and says, "Very well. If you can pick the ideal time to strike at the ambassador, then I will arrange for some of my boys to create some sort of distraction. Maybe go start a fight with some Red Sashes. Give you boys the opportunity to sneak in and do the business. I must say, though, I never pegged you as assassins. Is this something that you're going to have any trouble with? Killings are for a certain type of person."
Silas does just laugh.
It's become a necessity, unfortunately. There is, especially these Red Sashes. I think we started out very nobly, hoping to do everything in a very merchandise kind of way, but they're a ruthless bunch. And again, such tiny little cups they use. It's embarrassing. They must all die, unfortunately.
Well, of course, in addition to the cups, they did send assassins after us, and
Another really
I don't consider myself one to hold a grudge. It does only seem fair to dispense a return in assassination favors.
Yeah. To be fair, Saffron did just say he wants to poison them all. So doesn't sound like he's got too much of an issue.
Yeah.
I think there's, as a group, they're not like now, like they don't walk through the street and just like kill that guy because he's looked at me wrong. Yeah, we're at war. These guys, there's a lot of bad blood between the Red Sash, not just interpersonally for likes of Saffron, but like silent assassins and betrayal and the
We all hate Campbell now, by the way, don't we?
Yeah, exactly.
He's a bastard. He stabbed both of us.
And they're all tough, and we've had some pretty fierce altercations that have not gone well for us. We've all been injured and stabbed and shot and burned. Like, yeah, it's not mindless bloodthirst. It is very, I think, very focused on you guys.
That's true. All right. Okay.
The Book of Grudges grows.
Dong. Right. So yeah. So you have secured Baszo's assistance. And I think the form that will take is that if you pick somewhere that would have maybe you can choose how the distraction works. So maybe if you were going to start at the embassy, maybe they start a fight, in the street outside, so it draws people's attention, stuff like that. So
I think we'd certainly want to use our prep time. My mind's blanking before the score. What's we call it? The
gathering information.
Gathering information. The primary focus there would be to find a time where he's not in basically a fortress, if possible, or at least, I can see that. So the distraction would probably come best, as I assume he's always going to be at least guarded or have a entourage with him. That is where it will be more and more.
Yeah.
more prone to do.
Yeah, and I think as you leave the Lampblacks, Pickett walks you out, and he's saying to you, I heard you took out Bear. Yeah, I never liked that guy. It wasn't a lot of fun. I think I liked you guys from the start. I'll probably give that impression, but yeah, you guys are right. And then he as you turn to leave, I think he says just a word to the warden as well. I know you tangled with the Red Sashes before, but these aren't your normal shit kicker gang who you may have been dealing with. They're not the Foghounds. Now you're at war with them. You better watch your backs. They're not going to wait for you to hit them again.
That's a good point.
And that is my in-universe way of saying that when you're at war, factions attack you. So there is a chance that once again you will be having a score thrust upon you to defend yourselves, maybe.
It'll be interesting. When the very strong at fighting people come to attack us.
It's we'll get Saffron to lay down like a minefield or something, right?
Use my remote mines.
Yeah, your wheelchair has a little mine dispenser at the back, doesn't it?
Easy.
Shoots on a drone that drops mines.
Exactly.
It's like a Sherman tank. It's got an attachment for everything.
Imagine having a HUD inside the wheelchair.
It's not impossible, man. We'll see. We'll see how far we get this thing.
Just gotta get to you.
Goddamn.
Put the spirit of Zazzashell in there.
I feel like when I melted down his robot character with like a. His arm? I melted down. It's like
his arm in a shrine, yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. So free time, because I did make a note about free time. There's something I want to explore. Is our free time all used up? Is that is it finite free time or?
It's finite in terms of stuff you can do in the space of a few days, I guess.
Yeah. To be fair, I mean, I've got this note about researching or looking into Leviathan Blood and the Sparkcraft Guild. Admittedly, we're at war and it's probably not the highest priority, but I don't know if that's something to.
I mean, you're painting a ship, building a wheelchair, having meetings.
Not much time. You're right. Oh, good. I'll leave the note.
I mean, we can do that. We've still got half an hour, and we'd be gathering information and stuff anyway. So.
More that I was not looking. It's more how that would look, because I guess it's more that I guess I need to find out more before I could maybe turn it into some kind of long-term project. I don't know. I need to learn more. At least find the next starting point, because Sparkcraft is clearly the way to make the best shit.
We found a person of interest, didn't we?
Did we?
We did, sir. Yes, Ireland, Sparkcraft Tinkerer from the Dimmer Sisters. So she's only tier 2. They're tier 2.
Yeah, why is this ringing a bell? Say the name. I would.
Ireland, Irelen.
I definitely would have spelt it wrong. Wouldn't have had any problem. Oh no, you did write down. It's Ireland. Ireland.
Just N on the end.
Ireland.
Yeah.
No, I didn't write it down. What do you recall?
So she's one of the notable people of the she's a notable Dimmer Sister, which is a tier 2 faction. So they're not like the Sparkcraft Guild, so not like the official Apple store. This is like the corner shop who will fix your broken screen.
Sure.
Another sort of enthusiast Sparkcrafter who's probably a bit higher tier than you.
What does it sound like? That would be a downtime to acquire her as an asset? Is that?
Well, I mean, it depends what you want to do. I mean, if you want to just start reaching out to people who could help you and stuff, then yeah, you can make contact and that sort of thing.
I'd like to make contact. Show
Okay.
off my little Sparkcraft thruster on my wheelchair. Calling card.
Yeah. I mean, there must be like a Sparkcraft club where people go and then they show off their Sparkcraft.
Yeah.
So I think, I mean, this is why I thought of it, because Edgar has a contact who would have known the Dimmer Sisters.
Cool.
The Dimmer Sisters are housebound recluses with an occult reputation. Some call them witches. Others call them That's why you have an apothecary contact.
Yes, I do.
Stasia.
Stasia, my adoptive daughter.
Yes. Yes.
Oh.
Young. Yes, exactly. Your ward.
My ward, yes, young.
She would have done perhaps work with the Dimmer Sisters, or maybe received training from them.
Yes.
Some say they are an ancient family of possessing spirits. Others say they are vampires. Everyone knows that if you go into their house, you never come out again.
Well, we'll just send Lorenzo. He's already basically a vampire, isn't he?
Oh yeah.
You are possessed.
You fit
I
really.
imagine I'm not like fully possessed though.
yeah,
Like
no.
the spirit's not taken over my body yet.
No.
I'm just being like teased with a possession at the moment. Right?
Yeah, he's still trying to fight a way in.
It's a possession lap dance.
That's true.
Saffron might be like Tony Stark in Avengers, where he's prodding Bruce Banner with electric things, trying to get the Hulk to come out. And he's going to start like just whatever he can do to try and rush along the possession. It's like this could help me. You could just hurry up possession and become Bear. We can, get in with the Dimmer Sisters.
That's true. It does make Silas Captain America.
Well, sounds like-
Stop doing that, Saffron. Yeah.
Okay, well, cool. That's good. I've used free time to figure all this out. That sets me up with a bit of ammo if I do need to do a downtime to make that.
Well, you're not getting out of it that easy because
Okay.
we need to find out what happens.
Oh, okay, right. Well, fine. I'm okay.
It's not just sliding into the DM situation.
Okay. So we have two contacts. We have Stasia. We've got Edgar.
I think forget Edgar because you've got your apothecary
Right.
contact, Stasia.
So
You ask her. You say you've heard there's a Dimmer Sister who tinkers with Sparkcraft because the manor house the Dimmer Sisters is surrounded by its own lightning barriers, which is Sparkcraft. So they need someone who can maintain this. So it's kind of a known thing that they have people who have a rudimentary Sparkcraft knowledge. And maybe she sets up a meeting for you.
Yeah, I can help with that.
And she says, Saffron, are you really sure you want to go ahead with this? Do you not know the reputation of the Dimmer Sisters?
Stasia, I know you pure-hearted angel that you are. My counter opposite, the yin to my yang. Not all is bright and gold in this place. We need to delve in the darkness to gain more power, I'm afraid. And we have a big fight ahead of us. We are at war with a incredibly powerful army. We're all at risk now. You included. You're a contact of the Damned Emporium. You're at risk too. I can't have that. We need to ally ourselves with whoever we can. Learn whatever technology we can. They have a hull themselves, a giant destructive machine. We need to learn how to best use this for ourselves. And the best way we can is to get in with the Sparkcraft Guilds and the Dimmer Sisters. So I'll do anything to protect my own, if that relies on my own natural skills and abilities. I want to expand what I can do with this life of tinkering and Sparkcraft technology. So I appreciate your concern, but it's worth the sacrifice.
And she says, or do you just want to learn how to make that chair of yours more entertaining?
Well, I have been trying to find a way to make it hover, that is true. But let's go with the first thing I said that sounded more honorable and more heroic.
She says, if someone will figure it out in this damn city, it'll be you, Saffron.
Thank you, Stasia. Thank you.
And then she gives you the location of the meet. It is by a canal under a bridge, within sight of the lightning barriers of the Dimmer Sister Manor House.
I want some lightning barriers, so Saffron, you need to get cracking on this.
Lightning barrier on his wheelchair.
No, if they're going to come attack the, our little emporium, our actual emporium, lightning barriers outside, pretty useful. I feel like, So I'm meeting with.
Yes. So you're waiting there, and then sort of the Dimmer Sisters. Maybe you see them. Sometimes you see them walking around Duskfall, and they wear all black gowns and veils, and they carry electroplasmic lanterns in their hands as they almost glide through the streets, and people avoid them because of their reputations. And you see such a one gliding down the canal towards you.
Literally on the water.
No, on the side, on the path.
Damn it, that was more fun.
And she almost glides to go past you, and then just stops. And she sort of not turn to look at you, and she says, Saffron Monkshood. She's holding the lantern.
Oh, very bright. Yes, it's me. It's me. I've come to lend my expertise to the Dimmer Sisters. I hear you need help maintaining this incredible, fascinating wall of electricity you have surrounding your gorgeous manor house. I myself am a bit of an expert when it comes to Sparkcraft. You may have heard of my wheelchair. Points at the glowing booster device strapped to it.
She's still looking in that same direction, but then glances down at the wheelchair and says, no, I had not heard of this wheelchair, but most impressive.
No, thank you. Yes. Slaved away for days on it. But I've learned so much. We've with me and my Damned Emporium, we've been coming in more and more into contact with this magnificent Sparkcraft creations. And,
can't call it My Damned Emporium. My Chemical Romance.
I didn't mean to say my Damned Emporium. I meant to say my group of people who make up the Damned Emporium.
Your crew, yes.
Yes, exactly. The crew. I'm trying to big myself up here, Yes, and I want to help. And also to learn more. I mean, this technology is incredible. If I can assist in maintaining it, and if you'd allow me, grace me with learning more about Sparkcraft technology, it would be a wonderful trade-off in terms of assistance in learning that I think would benefit everyone.
She says, no one is allowed inside the manor apart from the Dimmer Sisters. But perhaps we may work to share knowledge. Meet me again within the grounds of the manor. The third bench along this canal. I shall wait for you. And then she glides away.
Ooh.
Does she just glide that third bench like 20 feet away, or is she actually? Because that'd be really awkward.
No, she's saying for you to meet her again another time.
Okay, cool. It's not like
Yeah,
just awkwardly glide off.
but I feel like you're quite far from the manor house, and then because they've got the house, and then they've got like these kind of like grounds as well.
Oh, okay, wow.
So it'd be like actually being near the house itself, which obviously nobody goes near. And she's done a she's done a Fire Emblem, and she's just or a Marvel Sons, and been like, come talk to me after your next battle.
Yeah. When the question mark appears
to progress my story. Yeah.
Yeah. When you click on her now, she says like, "Please come see me. Please come see me. Please come." All right, fine. Nothing to do here. Okay.
Yes.
I'll bugger off.
Talk to Spider-Man about his birthday party next day.
I missed that game.
I feel like now the days are getting darker. I feel like I want to play that game again.
So much DLC I didn't play. Oh, so much DLC I didn't play.
Maybe I'll finish it one day.
I'm playing the real Spider-Man game. Okay, guys.
Yes.
All right, cool. So I think, I'm not gonna give you +1 with them or anything like that. But I feel like if you do indeed do the side quest, maybe help them improve some tinkering and stuff, then you get +1s.
Cool.
Nice. All right. That was sort of
Sick.
free time, Mikey thing. Anything else, or would you like to start gathering some info?
I think
Can I spend a coin just to get another downtime and just do another bit of training?
Ugh.
Yes, you can.
Okay. I'm gonna train consort again. And then can I do it another time as well?
No.
Okay. That's fair enough. So
I think the coin is like you getting more out of your training, but
I see. Nice.
All right. Well, sounds like you're planning assassination.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Spicy.
Where to start?
Well,
So,
Go on. Well,
I was going to say, I mean, we know his haunts. We know where he is. He's at the HQ. We just need to find a vulnerability. We don't want to go back in there again. That's for damn sure. We need to find out if he leaves. We need to find out if he meets anyone else. He must go other places. Even if there was a slightly less well-defended place, he must have a home of his own.
Yes.
Can we find out if he has a home of his own? That seems like good information to have. That's what I'm interested in anyway.
He's an NPC. He just stands in the corner.
Yeah, again.
Well, that's a classic gathering information. Tailing the mark.
Yeah.
I can do that.
Love it.
Oh, Mr. Trekker.
Love it.
Mr. Trekker, gonna do some trekking. Would be
Get
me.
some XP, are you, mate?
Yeah. I'll attempt to hunt him, track him, hunt him like some game. Am I rolling for this?
Yes.
Yeah. Controlled. Standard.
Well, maybe give me some more information if you want to argue for greater effect.
I'm just hunting down loose ends who are hunting down this fella in particular. Probably much like Silas was doing with Campbell, just like looking at trying to find out where he frequents the most, that kind of thing. And tailing him home afterwards, seeing exactly where he lives.
Okay. Standard effect. I would have given you great effect if you'd have said you would had a little doggy following him around.
Oh,
The
yeah.
dog. Well, it's a two-part thing, right?
Is it?
Yeah, maybe. There you go.
All right. So I think you managed to successfully scout out his place of work, so the Iruvian consulate.
Mm-hmm.
The Red Sashes HQ he goes to, and I think you do manage to find out where he goes, his house basically. He has quite a nice house, as you'd expect. I think the consequence is, since you've got a 5, the consequence is you know his timetable. You don't manage to find out any information about those locations, like the security, etc., or where would be the most vulnerable.
So we have 3 locations. We have the HQ, the consulate, and his house.
Yes, more or less. Yeah,
Good. That's good info, I would say.
yeah. It was
And
a success with a consequence.
we can carry up on that, can't we?
Yes, I think next step is Silas. I think at the house probably the preferable location. I think assassinating the ambassador in the embassy is a pretty baller move. Could be
Very
Do
daring.
it.
It is daring, but it also seems like it would be likely to bring
Foolish.
down terrible consequences if we made too much of a racket there. So I think interesting. So it's going to be in like a posh neighborhood and stuff, isn't it? So slinking around, going to be interesting. I think Silas is going to be most interested in understanding the security detail. Can't think of anything more interesting to do though than scouting out the house, which seems to be something he defaults to, for want of a better idea at the moment. But it does seem to just make sense. So Silas would. How's he going to do that? He's going to climb up onto a neighboring house.
Well, I mean, there are ways for Silas to do his favourite way of gathering information.
Speak to his mates, or beat up some locals.
Beat up some poor sap coming out of the back of his shift after cleaning some pants.
He certainly could, but I don't want to make that the thing he does absolutely every time. So I think also it carries risk as well, doing that with people who are connected to the target, right? Like the consequences could be quite bad if they fear an attack is coming. So
unless you consort.
Could certainly try.
I only say that because I think when you look at the house from the outside, it's gonna be limited in what you learn.
Okay. Oh, thinking.
Just go bash down the door, mate, and then see what's inside. That's a good way to gather information.
What I would say is this actually his house, or is this a mock-up?
No, it's not his house. So the area of White Crown is the fancy area.
See, I'd love to play to my strengths in the setup. So it'd be wonderful if we could find something out that I could then tinker something in part of the setup to help gain access. Would be good, even if it's like, does he have locks or an alarm system? Or I think you're on the right track, Silas. If you can find something with a house, then I'd love to use my looking for info almost to
use Silas as a setup. but perhaps a better way than just walking around at a distance.
You know what, Saffron? I think you might know that in the area of White Crown, where the most fanciest houses are, they will have defense systems that are Sparkcraft based. So maybe you can use your new
defense systems. We're talking about like tripwires, triggers, alarms,
all sorts. Do you remember in the gambling hall where there was a safe, and it was protected by that electroplasmic cage that Friedrich and Sassage had to deal with? So that kind of thing. So you can always use your new friend to. Or maybe just do some research into Sparkcraft defenses.
I could use my gathered information to work with I don't know how. I struggle to get my head around the whole cohorts versus people when it applies, but to talk to them to gain assistance on finding more about those kind of defenses. Would they really know what it is though? We have to know what they were first before bringing them back. Actually, maybe they have some keys enough to activate it.
To be honest, I think that's more of a flashback thing. Like if you come across a defense, so maybe you just use your gathering information to find out the nature of the defenses to sort of help you find like a point of entry, for example.
Yes. And see, I'm not trying to metagame. I'm just trying to optimize the way I play. The problem I always come across is like I do this and then I have to use study or survey, which I'm really good at. Like, I want to use my strengths, which I don't think is metagame. It's what you should be doing. It's really hard to use Tinker to do this stuff.
To gather information,
it's very active.
I think it's.
Do you think? Just sorry to interrupt. I wonder if Silas might have a way to do it. Do you think that like the Bluecoats, for example, would have information on these sorts of residences, how they're set up? It's the sort of thing that police folk would need to know about. I wonder if Silas can reach out to some contacts and maybe grease some palms and see if he can get the lowdown on like what the Bluecoats would expect if they had to go there. Like if they had some sort of, maybe not, I'm not saying like detailed blueprints or something, but they probably have like a registry of the things that they might.
I think if your aim is to work out like what defenses are there on the doors and on the windows and on the roof and stuff, then I think that makes sense. Yeah.
Righty, we'll give that a go. I got no points in consort, but I think that feels like the right one because he's not barging down any doors and or sway or. It's all the same to me. Right, so I guess what contacts has he got now? I don't know.
Also, I think Saffron could be there with his little notebook to kind of corroborate like Sparkcraft information.
I do a Pippin study, so that's not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
Would that be my gathering information, or would I be helping Silas?
I think if Silas has a success, then you can do that because he'll have acquired like some kind of almost like home defense brochures, which you can study.
Okay, cool. Let's see how it goes.
You can still assist for a point of stress.
No, I have lots of stress.
I do have 0 dice, so.
Wait, did you say 1 point of stress or 2 points of stress?
Aid is 1.
Okay.
All right, so Silas basically goes down the local unofficial Bluecoat pub.
I will assist by, just lending an air of expertise in the conversation. When they say like, "Why do you want to know about this?" Saffron discusses. He does the thing where he's like people in the garage are overcomplicated to distract you, so you kind of just go, "All right, fine." He mentions carburetors and
It's a very sophisticated case.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we can plausibly argue that we're seeking this information, not necessarily to break in and kill people.
Yeah.
And I think maybe you could go and maybe you visit Belk, who's still in the infirmary.
Poor old Belk. Yes. You can Sergeant, you're looking well.
How did Belk talk? He was like, I don't know if he's got his vim and vigor back. maybe he has. But yeah, we don't need to fully up it, but let's see how the roll goes, and then we can.
See. Position.
Yeah, controlled standard.
Controlled standard. So it's quite important that we succeed in this for Saffron to be able to do his thing, right?
I think he wants to, yeah.
Yeah.
So I will push self. Because otherwise it might be a bit stuffed.
Okay.
Hey yo!
My goodness.
Didn't need it.
Shouldn't
what a waste.
Oh no, 2 dice. Yes, the 2 dice, one from me, one from you. Yeah. Well, critty must. I mean, it's a critty. It's got a.
I wonder what incredible information we'll get from that.
Blimey. I think Belk is so bored that he leaps at the chance to do something useful.
Yeah.
Help out his old mate Silas. So, in return of a promise to give you all the details later. So I think you have kind of a list of likely Sparkcraft protection systems for a typical house in White Crown. And it'll be like certain locks on the doors and on stuff on the windows and sophisticated alarm systems and electroplasmic systems and stuff like that, which is great. And I think the critical will roll into Saffron's ability to judge where will be the best point of infiltration.
Awesome.
Yeah, because what I'd be looking out for obviously is, again, I'm not like an expert, so it's more determining. There's going to need to be some kind of tinkering reckon to get through where the simplest, easiest, like that's got just like a little one trip alarm on there.
Yeah,
that's what we're looking for here. Really, is like, what's within his capabilities to bypass in the actual score itself.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Should we just roll study?
Go for it.
So how's it rolling into it? How's that?
I think you just get great effect.
Great effect. Lovely. Okie dokie. That sounds good to me. Here we go. Or study. I mean, you can't. Position control.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. Great effect. Cool. I mean, it's got to be 3 6s in a row, right? Oh my god! Why always in the looking for information?
Jesus.
Never in the combat. Well, it's never in the combat because we had it pretty good in the combat. Holy moly!
It feels like a waste, but we rarely actually get into a score with really good information. So
well, Olly's just gonna roll like 3 1s when he does
perfect information.
Yeah. But when he rolls the engagement, he's gonna roll just 3 1s. No matter what we've done anyway. But
yeah.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
You know everything about the house defenses. Nothing about what's inside, or the organic defense systems, so to speak.
Define organic defense systems. You mean like people?
Guards, yeah.
Every day it's a house. There'll be too many.
But yeah, I feel like you know a lot of stuff, and I'll probably make up those details next time. But I think you definitely know the least defended part of the house, and I imagine it's going to be like a back window or a roof hole hatched or a chimney or something you can drop down with your wheelchair. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I was going to say like a wheelchair shaped just door.
Nice.
Awesome. That's exciting.
Interesting stuff.
Yeah, it'll be the engagement
And
roll
we still
to kick off.
and we still have the distraction from Baszo as well.
That is true. You'll have to work out how to best do that. I mean, that might be able to take care of your organic defenses for you.
We're going to classic. We go in the back door. They start us scrap us to the front door. Like that's pretty. Seems pretty.
That was the
It
gambling
was
call.
a good plan last time. Take 2.
You're the fun bit.
Last time, wait, do you mean in the HQ?
No, in the gambling hall.
Uh,
Half the party went in the front, half in the back.
Oh yes, the roof. Yeah. we weren't trying to cause distraction. We weren't supposed to be causing distraction.
Yeah, and the sneaky assassination in the roof party just sort of got stopped completely.
They did all right. They did better than we did. They actually got in.
They recovered it, didn't they?
They actually.
Me and old Saffron got fucked up.
Well, they did get injured. Yeah, you're right.
We got stabbed by Campbell, and then he just left like an anime character walking away in the rain. We got fucking done in.
We'll get him.
He was escorting the ambassador to safety.
We'll get him.
Oh, this is.
I won't even finish you off right now. You're not worth it, you bastards. And he walked off.
Well, we'll see.
Brilliant.
Did we?
Salt in the wound.
Do we? I can't remember. Did we say we get XP in free time? I felt that's been said. I'm thinking of.
Yeah. We'll count it. We'll count it all when you finish the score. Yeah.
Well, I forget all that. There was stuff that Silas was doing about, and then I don't know. I'll make a note. What I think it is. I'm pretty
We
sure
didn't talk about the goals of the crew, but we can take that offline maybe.
Yeah, I had one thought as I was, it's a bit on the nose, but I was thinking, with the whole scrawling damned across there, it could be it's kind of more, it's a bit more of a calling card, but maybe it is something about a goal is to actually kind of instill a bit of fear, like that. Yeah, really lean into our kind of quote unquote branding as the Damned Emporium. Like maybe there's a goal or a shared belief is that actually gaining power through fear and I would even almost say using the corruption of the ghosts and stuff. If we had, let's get in that way. We've got a ghost dog, we've got a haunted man. I think there's something in spreading fear to kind of gain power. Could be kind of a goal, at least a kind of shared thing. Quite fun, and it'd be quite fun to do. Like I said, like we do with the boat, like a bit Batman-esque, a little bit like using fear and imagery to kind of shock and
use your unhinged vigilante.
Yeah, that's Silas.
It's just unhinged at the moment, but maybe vigilante will come into it.
But yeah, I thought that could be something. That could be something fun.
I'm pretty sure there's a good crew reputation for that instead of daring. I think it's like weird or something. I can't remember, but we can make it like
freaky,
spooky,
freaky deaky.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sweet.
I guess.
Lovely.
Good sesh.
Good.
Yes. All right. Hopefully, Friedrich will be back next week to pick the locks for you.
Oh God, please.
Well, yeah.
There's gonna be Silas and a sledgehammer.
I can wreck doors quietly. So I got the skills.
Hinge off.
Disarm the alarm, wreck the lock. It's all good.
Hinge off with Friedrich.
Hinge off.
Oh no.
All right, boys.
Oh God. Never forget.
All right.
Cheers, OP.
Lovely stuff.